Right. Hello and welcome to the first episode of the LCG Production Podcast. Thank you so much to Jaad the rapper for coming on. Hey Jaad.
No worries, man. How we doing?
Yeah, all right. We're gonna have episodes every week, but as I said, thanks so much to Jaad for coming on. So, like, before we get started, can you just talk about what's your sort of journey been as a rapper and how it started and where it is now?
Okay, perfect. I started literally 2 years ago. God, I wish I started earlier, but yeah, 2 years ago when I was in my final year at university, it kind of tied in with the fact that I started to realize that I wasn't really feeling my course as much, and then I just stumbled across the passion, and then as soon as it clicked, that was it. I couldn't go to sleep for like the first few months. I was just thinking so many things I had to do, and yeah, and then I spent a year creating, and then I started releasing. I feel, yeah, and I just been releasing to that point. I had a huge like kerfuffle with my name change, but we're here now, and yeah, I've got a new song coming out in 1 week actually. Boom.
Yeah. You
But
can
yeah,
plug it all you want.
I can play it all I want. Yeah, basically, it's called No Shame. It is my third release under the new name. The video's coming out on the same day. And yeah, I'm expecting big things from it, but I'm expecting even bigger things further down the line. But yeah.
Yeah. So, talking about your name change, I think a lot of people struggle with coming up with an artist name. How did you do that? And do you regret changing it a lot or no?
Well, this is the thing. Like, oh my God, did it take me a long time to figure out my name? It's so funny because the first person, right? As soon as I started like rapping, you tell your friends and stuff, and then you send them songs and that, and then the first guy was just like, "Oh, you should be called JC, like, because that's your initials, JC." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll put that in the I'll think about that one." And then all the whole year creating music, I was just going through different names, and then literally by the time I got to release, I just pick JC anyway. So like all that was just, but honestly, it's such an effort, and you really think it matters, but it really doesn't. I mean, honestly, think about the name Lil Baby. Like when I hear Lil Baby, I go like, imagine if you thought of that, you'd be like, you just immediately dismiss that name as like that's the trashiest name ever. But like Lil Baby's like considered one of the like really good right now. So like, do you know what I mean? Names don't really matter at all. It's what you do with the name. But like, yeah, and then obviously I changed it, and it's annoying that I changed it, but I'm happy with it now. Like Jaad's my actual name, and I had to change it. Like that was the thing, I just had to. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's interesting. Like, you can think a name's rubbish, but like Post Malone, he used a random rap generator online. It's
yeah,
crazy. Like,
100%.
and he makes it good. So like, yeah, it's completely up to you. Definitely don't overthink the name. Like,
Definitely don't.
because
Definitely don't.
the
Don't
more you,
don't hold off releases if you're
like,
like, do you know what I mean? Just go. Yeah, sorry.
the more you change it as well, the more you're just pushing back your brand, and then people are more likely to forget about you. Like building a brand, I'm sure you'll agree. Like, it takes time.
Yeah, 100%. Like I feel I'm way off the brand I want I want to hit. Do you know what I mean? I look at someone like Central C and I go like he's got a brand, do you know what I mean? And that's like the type of whole brand I want. And like I still feel I'm not there. And like you said, it takes ages. And you're right, changing the name that was the main reason. That was the main thing I hated about changing the name. Do you know what I mean? It was the fact that everyone knows me now as JC, and now I'm gonna have to swap it. But it had to be done. But yeah.
So, talking about building the brand, what would you say are the biggest things someone just starting out as a rapper should do to start building their brand? Like, if you could just summarize it into key points.
Okay. Okay. Let me have a think. I would say, oh, that is a tough one. That is a
Mhm.
tough one actually, because loads of things can change. But I would try and make sure you stay in your lane stylistically when it comes to music. You can change it around a lot on your own, but like you want to find your sound musically first. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that your fans know what they're know what they're in for basically when you release something new. Two, when it comes to like image and type of content you put out like on your socials and stuff, you want to have like the same kind of look, a similar kind of look. And you don't want to be like, I mean, it's different for everyone, but you don't want to be like super funny one day and ridiculous one day and outrageous, and then the other day like really serious. Do you know what I mean? You want your fans to know what they're getting basically, and know why they're watching you, like what they're watching you for and why they're watching you. So yeah, but I'm telling you, like some people have been saying I have a brand now, but I genuinely don't feel. I feel like there's a lot to do to like get the proper like the ideal brand you want. Like it's a hard process. Sometimes it's harder than the music part, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one.
In my opinion, it just takes time and consistency. Like, you need to, And as you said, not change up. And I personally, I think the way to do that is just to be yourself.
Yeah,
So because
100%.
then it's going to be easy. I don't know what you think, but I
No,
see a lot of
that's actually the number one thing, isn't it? It's being yourself, because that's never going to change, is it? Like, you're always going to be yourself. So like all everything else takes time to formulate, and like it's the same. It's funny how it ties in with the music a lot, but like the consistency thing is going to help you, like, close in, hone in on the brand. But like if you're being someone else, like, yeah, you just want to stay your person, and yeah, maybe you might not portray yourself at first like how you want to or how you are. You still just need to keep going and trying to be yourself, because eventually you will be that exact person you are. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
It's a hard
So
one, though. It is a hard one.
yeah, I mean, consistency, 100%. But like, in your opinion, to with that consistency, which platforms should you use to do that, and like, how often should you be posting?
Um, when it comes to, like, yeah, consistency is everything. Like, you should just be putting out stuff all the time. And when it comes to the actual platforms, I mean, like my main ones I focus on are Instagram and Spotify, because let's be honest, Instagram is probably the best for business growth in general, and you can get the best bang for your buck whenever you put out an advert. It is just it's just the best. If you're gonna put some money into it, like an Instagram advert can go like so far, and Spotify is good because it pushes out artists more than any other platform. Like, I just look at YouTube, like I've watched enough marketing videos, and some of them even say don't even bother with YouTube, like, at first, like when you start, because like you're just not going to get the views you want without a fan base. And it's like, and it costs a lot of money to make these huge videos and stuff. Sometimes, like, honestly, you could spend that money in just an Instagram advert on you doing like a sick freestyle, but make sure it looks pristine. Do you know what I mean? Make sure it looks professional, and then set up an advert and then go, because like that will get you more actual fans. Because I was talking to this someone else, actually, 1112, actually, he's another rapper. I was on a phone call to him, and we were saying the exact same thing. Like, views, they're literally just for bragging rights. Like, what do they actually mean? Because they give you no money whatsoever. You don't want 20,000 views. You want 10 solid fans who are gonna buy your merch and go to your shows. And that's like that's the difference. And that's why you should always reply to your messages. And one of the best things I've ever done is like message my true fans and told them, oh, do you guys ever need like a phone call or anything like that, like a FaceTime? Like, tell me, like, hit me up. And then boom, once you have a FaceTime with them and you connect with them on that level, they're obviously going to be even more of a fan, and they're going to be more gassed to tell their friends about you. Do you know what I mean? And go to your shows and buy your merch. Do you know what I mean? You got to become their friends. And like people who like see an artist, see a fan, and they think the fan's being a little bit creepy because he's always messaging them. Like, don't be a dick. Like, that's the person you need to tackle. Do you know what I mean? You need to target that guy and make sure he loves you even more. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, I think I drifted away from the question
No,
there.
no, no.
But
That's perfect. Like, I
okay, sick.
completely agree. I don't know about you, but I see people who have 200 followers, they have no fan base, and they're not replying to comments. I don't. It's not always good to be definitive about stuff, but you need to respond to every single comment, and you need to on every platform, and you need to do that until you physically can't do that anymore. Like,
Bro,
that's just the way it is.
100%. It just seems ridiculous to me. Like, why you wouldn't, like, what, like, you trying, like, think about it, like, do you think you're like too big for them? Even like imagine if, like, I don't know, like the baby replied to your comment, like, holy crap, are you gonna put him on a pedestal now? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
and like, but yeah, but like, forget about that. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they think that because they're 200, they're too small, so like they shouldn't be replying to comments. I just think that's even more ludicrous. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You should just always reply to your fans. Do you know what I mean? Always build those
And
connections.
this is a bit of a change in topic, but something I did want to talk about was you talking about Spotify.
Mm,
Um, People get very confused about releasing music, and there's so
mm,
much that goes in it. So
mm.
you've obviously
Okay.
released a lot of songs. So can you just talk through your whole
Yeah.
process from before even writing the song to then release to then after release, and what you're doing from there?
Yeah, 100%. Before, after, yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly run through like platforms and what platform you should like and how you should release them. Okay, the technical side, and then I'll talk about a 10-day release plan before and after. So, firstly, right, you need to choose your distributor, and that's like a middleman who's gonna put it on all the platforms. So I mean, all Amazon, Deezer, Apple Music, Spotify, all the platforms. Now there's two main ones, Ditto and DistroKid. I use DistroKid. Now the difference is, right, they both give you all your streaming revenue. So all the streams you gain from all the platforms, they will add them all up and they'll give them to you. Both of them do that. The difference is Ditto, they provide you with the revenue from like, because basically you get paid from radio plays and like, you know, if your song gets played in the gym or get paid in a restaurant or, do you know what I mean? All those, because now technology is like so advanced, like it's coded so they can like pick that up whenever it's played anywhere and they can give you the money for that. While Spotify goes, no, that's not my job anymore. You know, Ditto does do that. The difference is, I've heard like there's a lot of customer service issues with Ditto. Like if you have a problem, I think they're harder, and there's been like a lot of controversy with them and stuff. I've been using DistroKid for ages, and they've been fine with me. So like yeah. So I'd go for DistroKid, but they don't let you change your name. I think it might be the same with Ditto, but yeah, when I changed my name, it was such an effort. I had to like you have to basically completely restart. But it's fine though. I was able to track link all my streams and stuff, so it was okay. Anyway, right. So that's the distributor part. You got to pick your distributor, and that is quite good because you can't just drop it with them and they do everything. Do you know what I mean? Because imagine how hard it would be to submit to all these different platforms. Anyway, then right now you got to think about like promotion and what to do with the song, because a lot of artists, they just go, right, here's my song, boom, put it out there, and they really think it's just gonna grow their own legs and just fire off to everyone, and it's just like not the case. You really have to put in that work if you want some views. So what you want to do is you want to tell your fans, I've got a song coming out, without by doing it in a different way. Do you know what I mean? You can't like, obviously you don't want to spam them and you don't want to put up your cover art like 10 times in a row. So you got to think of ways to do like content. Now you want a 10-day before and after release plan. I mean, it can completely vary. You can even put like, I've got a song coming out, Balas, and I've been putting it up for months, basically, this music video, and I'm going to keep building that while I release other songs. So what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter when you like announce the release, but you should always build up the hype leading up to the release and then build it on after to make sure to keep reminding people to go listen to the song. So you need to figure out different ways you can tell them to listen to the song. So different forms of content. So these examples can be setting up a competition, like I did an AirPod competition for sharing. This like constantly builds the content and keeps on telling people, yo, I've got a song out, like, do you know what I mean? And someone's going to win these AirPods, like blah, blah, blah. And you can make a post announcing it, and you can make a post, you know, when you give it to the guy, and you can go live, give it and like picking the guy out. That's what I did. And then and another one I did, I was like, oh yeah, every share I'll get an egg like thrown on me or something like that. Like these are just little things. The thing about this is like, yeah, they're good to get more shares, is another thing you really want, but also it just keeps reminding people, do you know what I mean, that you've got a song out. Anyway, yeah, so once you've released it, right, there's like a bunch of different ways. You can put up a picture of your cover art. I would do this thing where I'd like hold a picture of the date. Do you know what I mean? Just like a font of the date, like 28th of November. And then you can do like trillers. Obviously, trillers are like great because they're just funny and like, yeah, that's
so
video content.
just 1 second. Was that like a physical bit of paper that you would hold?
Yeah. So I literally just I'd print out a picture of here. I'll show you. I'll print out a picture of just like the font, just like this, and it'll just say like 28th of November. Do you know what I mean? Just like that. And like I'll show you a picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but like, yeah, like that. Yeah, there. And then I'm like holding the picture. But yeah. So that and then and then obviously this is why like videos are so important. Like videos are hella expensive, but they are so important because you look at if I had an artist releasing a track and he just goes, boom, here's my track, there's the cover art, I'd be like, great. And I'd probably just scroll past it and not even think about it. But if you got a video, we're like so visually stimulated. You're just like, boom. You see a video and you're just like, whoa. And you just have to see what's going on. And like, that's why they cost so much. And that's why they're such a big deal. But like, I've been doing this thing where I haven't been paying as much for videos. I've just been paying for short little videos because, you know, it don't like Instagram adverts, you only need 10 seconds. And like, you know, people only need 10 seconds to like get the vibe and stuff. So like, yeah, that's what I've been doing recently just to make it a bit cheaper for my budget. And then, yeah, and then obviously there's loads of other different things you can do. Like that's the hard part, is like thinking of like creative ways to keep telling your fans to listen to your songs. So yeah, you spread those out before 10 days before, and then 10 days after you keep like releasing different stuff, like maybe save the triller or save this or save that. And also, yeah, when it comes to marketing though, that's a whole different thing though, isn't it?
No, keep going. It's really good.
Keep going. Okay, right. So when it comes to marketing, you really want to message all your fans, like the fans who are like your warm audience. You want to literally message all these man. You want to like, but don't just send them a link. Do you know what I mean? Like message them and say something individual about them, like personalized. So like if they, I don't know, if they had a birthday recently, mention that or something like that, and then just go through and you have to put in the, bro. Every time I release a song, the whole day is a write off the next day because I'm messaging people all day. I go on my WhatsApp, my Snapchat, my Instagram, and I just message people like all day because, and you got to tell them, please add this to your playlist. That's a big one. Spotify love it when you get added to playlists. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, okay, right. So when it comes to the distributor, okay, with DistroKid, and Ditto, I'm sure you want to release like a month in advance minimum because there's this thing called Spotify editorial playlists. Now, once you've released a track, it will take a few days to like process, and then eventually Spotify like reads it and it's got it sorted, and then it will give you in your Spotify for Artists page in your account. Sorry, it will say, do you want to submit this song to a playlist? And yes, you click that and you run through the little form. It's really quick. It just asks you about the genre and stuff like that, just to help them like, you know, speed up the process. And then once you submit that form, it goes to the top of the queue. And that's why you need to submit it a month in advance, because then slowly it will get to the top of the queue. And if you do it like a couple days before, it won't get to the bottom of the queue, sorry. And they won't edit it in time. So they won't analyze it in time. So you got to do it, yeah, way in advance, a month minimum, and then it'll hopefully get to the top. And then boom, then they can check it, and then you can get on a huge playlist, which will get you like hella streams and exposure. That's what happened with me with Racetrack, and it's got the most streams out of all my tracks. So like that's why. And honestly, I released that like 6 weeks in advance, and that's the only one I released 6 weeks in advance. It's the only one which has got on. So I'm sitting here thinking like, mad, do I need to like go even further and submit it like 7 weeks every track from now on? Do you know what I mean? Just to make sure, kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, yeah,
that's absolutely huge. Like, just like for anyone listening, be patient. Release your song as long the longer the better, because you're guaranteeing someone in Spotify will see it. Then it gives them the opportunity to say, yes, this is good enough. No, this isn't good enough. But most artists aren't even getting that opportunity because they're releasing it before it even gets to the bottom of the checklist.
Bro, a lot of artists just like everyone makes this mistake. They just like go boom, just put it on, and like I really thought it would just get released that day. So I like did it on the. I remember when I was part of a group, I like just did it. We just did it on that day, and then boom, it didn't come out until like 4 days later because it takes a bunch of time to process. But like, there's a few things about that. One, it isn't guaranteed, and I feel like it is a lot of luck. Especially when the music isn't like A1. And thing is, it's good to be in denial of your music, because I was in total denial that my music was good. When I made my first song, I thought it was good. I made my first song and I was like, oh my God, I could make it. And now objectively, I look back and I know it was like the trashiest thing in the world. But like, what I'm trying to say is, your music might not be there yet, and that is totally fine. Like, everyone takes a while to get good at music, and like, you know, it takes at least, I think, a couple years. Really, like, it takes a couple years until your music is gonna be good enough to, like, I don't know, start growing its own legs and doing its own like marketing, basically, because it's that good. Do you know what I mean? And like, people will just talk about it because it's that good. But like, yeah, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Don't think, but like, oh my God, 100% release it 7 weeks in advance, because Racetrack is definitely not my best song, and it was definitely like back when I was making my voice wasn't there and stuff, but that still got on. So I'm really now, like, recently I've been thinking, mad, really, should I do it 7 weeks in advance just to make sure? I don't know. Also, that's another thing. You should be thinking about your 6th release when you're releasing your, you know, first one. You should be thinking 6 months in advance, like, honestly, because that's a mistake I made. I was like, okay, I'll do one. I'm gonna release one video a month. Okay, boom, I release my track. Okay, what song do I pick? Oh, do I even have a song which I want to release right now? And then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I picked this one, even though it wasn't like that good. And then I like make a video. It takes like 2 weeks to get your videographer and everyone on that date, and then they take a month to edit it, and then it's just like, and then you're now way behind schedule. So I did this thing actually recently. I told my videographer Subash, he's like the best guy ever, literally. He's my guy, and he's been with me from the start. And I literally told him, I said, listen, mate, come down to Edinburgh. We're gonna shoot 3 videos in 2 days, and we literally did. We shot 3 videos. I shot Tinder, Greenwood, and Ballast all in 2 days. It was crazy. And then like boom, and now I'm sorted. I got a 3 month buffer, and now I can sort everything out later. Do you know what I mean? And then boom, and that's what I've done. And now I've got, like I said, this whole year, half the year is already sorted. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah. Oh my god, bro, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh man, that was scary.
Yeah.
I thought that was me as well. Yeah, carry on.
Would you say it helps your creative process, like getting that extra time? Because I can imagine it be very difficult knowing that you're scheduled to release a song in 2 weeks. You've not even made it yet, and then you have to release it. Whereas what you're doing, you getting that extra 4 month period just to create, and you're always ahead.
Oh my god, 100%, because that's what happened. Like I did racetrack. It was a bit of a, like, you get like these creative breaks where suddenly you make a song which is like better than all your other songs, and then you feel sick because you're like on like, it feels like a drug high. Do you know what I mean? You're like super up. Anyway, point is that like I made racetrack and I was on that high, and then I was making other songs and they weren't nearly as good. But I had to pick one. Do you know what I mean? I just had to pick one, so I just picked Holy Ghost, and I don't feel that was like my best track. But like the point is that like, yeah, it does. It's better to just because once you're in a good space and like, but that's another thing as well. Like when you're starting out, you're just gonna get an occasional good break of song, and it's just gonna be a one at a time. It's gonna be one song here, one song there. But now I'm at the stage where I could release every song I make. I feel like literally, I make a song and I'm like, that might sound a bit arrogant, but I feel like you just get to that. Your voice just gets to that stage. You find your voice, and then you're like, yeah, and the music just gets to at a certain point. It's just good enough. And like now, I'm just like, I make a song, and I'm like, I could release that. I'm like, I could release that. Do you know what I mean? And that's the stage you want to get to before you start releasing consistently. Because then, like you said, it's harsh on your creative. Like, yeah.
So, talking about releasing consistently, how often are you making songs, and how often do you think you should be making songs for any artist at any point?
You know what's so funny? Out of everything we've spoken about, that is the most important thing. You should be making a song every flipping day, but you can't. Things happen. Like, for example, yesterday, I didn't make a song. Actually, I finished a song. But like, the point is, you should be working on music every single day. Like, you just have to. Like, if you think like it, you just have to. Like, because like there's the 10,000 hour rules and the 10,000 hour rule, and you just need to complete that. And how are you going to complete that if you're making a song a week? Do you know what I mean? You should be making a song every day. And it's just like, it's such a no-brainer to me, because it's like, if you make more songs, you get better. And if you make more songs, you have more chance of getting an absolute banger. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you take 100 shots, you're gonna hit one. Do you know what I mean? Instead of taking 10, you might like, it's just such a no-brainer. But at the end of the day, it comes down to work ethic, and it comes down to how much you want it. Like, you need to want it more than anyone else. You need to be the hardest working person you know, or you won't get to the top. Like, it's just that simple. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you willing to like not watch that extra episode and like go back to the studio? Like, that's the difference. Like, honestly, I think that is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. And once you get to the point of creating music like every so often, it's not even like, for me, it's not really motivation. Like, you just get in the rhythm of it and it becomes easy. But the hard bit is starting. The hard bit is the first 2 months of making a song every day, and then it becomes, you get used to it. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, that is a solid point as well. I can't lie. When I like started, yeah, that is actually, I should say that actually. Now it's so easy for me to make a song. Do you know what I mean? Now it's like it takes like a couple hours to 3 hours, maybe less sometimes, like to make a song. But before, it would take me a full day, like a full day. I'm talking like from the early morning till the 8 at night, and I'd be like, and you just it's hard to find a formula at first, and you don't know what you're doing, and like, and you're just trying different stuff out. Like, God, I could go so technical, but like, yeah, there's so many different things. Like, it just takes a long time, and it's kind of draining as well, because you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know what you're doing wrong. That's another thing as well. You don't know what you're doing wrong, and you just want to make a good song, and you want to sound like all those professionals you hear, and you just can't, and you don't know why. And it's like, and you're trying different things, but really, yeah, like you said, it just takes a while at first. Like, it does take a while, but eventually it does get really easy. So like, yeah, just keep at it. Do you know what I mean? Just put in those hours, and that's another thing. So you can make 5 songs a day, or you can make one song a day, but like, just put in all that, as many hours as you can. Do you know what I mean? And then eventually, with experience, like, you will get there.
Yeah. So would like, I don't know what you think, but I'm guessing you sort of have to find a balance between quality and quantity, because you're not just wanting to or do you think it's just about quantity and the quality will come with that? Like, where do you find that?
Okay, that is another good point. Um, I think it's when we say quantity, it's quantity of hours. Like it doesn't matter if you're making, like I was saying, it doesn't matter if you're making 5 songs a day or 1 song a day. Just make sure you put in all those hours. But when it comes to actual music, yeah, some people treat them as projects and like they go back to them and like keep touching them up and keep working on one song. I don't agree with that, but that's only for me because basically I feel if I make 10 songs, one of them is gonna slap, and it doesn't matter about that one line I needed to change or that one little phrase I needed to say differently or how I structured the hook here. Like that song bangs and that song bangs. Out of the 10 songs, that one's the best one. If you just decided to go, oh, I picked this one, do you know what I mean? I'm going to keep working on that one. Like the vibe just wasn't there to start because music is obviously like a vibe thing. You know, when you turn on like a song immediately within like a second, you're like, I like this song. Do you know what I mean? That's how it is. It's not about the little. This is my opinion though. Like it's not about the little things you change. It's the vibe. So if you just rattle out as many as you can, you'll pick the best one, and that'll be that. And a lot of times, like because I do that and I rattle out a bunch. Once I've found the best one, I like never go back and change anything. I'm just like, that is sick. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I could change that. But then I'm just like, nah, it's sick. It's sick how it is. Just leave it how it is. Do you know what I mean? So like, but different people are different. Do you know what I mean? Different people, everyone's got their own formula and stuff. So really, really depends on you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sometimes comes down to like a security thing as well, and like you just want your music to be absolutely perfect, but it comes to
Yeah.
a point where you're never gonna think it's perfect, and like
Yeah.
you just need to get over that insecurity that everyone has, and you just need to release it.
No,
So,
no.
did you struggle with that at any point?
Yes. Yes and no. Like I was totally in denial that my stuff was good. Um, but then like it was so funny because yeah, I made my first song Laundry, and that was like my sixth song I ever created. So like sorry, that was my first song to be released. And then I was sending my tracks, my tracks to like my friends, and then that was the first one. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I'm really liking the vibe on this one, really liking this one." And I just went, "Okay, there it is. It's good. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna spend loads of money and make a huge video, and I'm gonna blow up." Do you know what I mean? Because you really treat it as a sprint. You do like at first, you're just like, "I'm gonna blow up right now. Like let's just do this." And I just did all that, but then straight away, and then I started showing it to like some proper rappers and stuff. Like I remember I showed it to Ransom FA, and he was just like, yeah, it's good, blah blah blah. But like like you're not sounding like yourself authentically because I was sounding really American and stuff, and basically saying like it wasn't there yet. And I was just like, nah. I was like, nah, it's good, shut up. But like he was so right. Do you know what I mean? Like objectively, it wasn't there. But like basically like, wait, what was exactly the question again?
Um, so like, how'd you get over that
Oh yeah.
that like feeling of just it's not good enough?
Yeah, that's the thing. So with me, like I was kind of saying, I was just in total denial that I was good anyway. So I didn't really think like to get over that part. But then it's funny because whenever I upgrade, whenever I like at every stage, I'm always like, whoa, look how far I've come and look how much better I am. Now I'm sick. Do you know what I mean? But then like in a few months later, I'll be like, oh, now I'm sick. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh God, I was so bad back then when I thought I was good, but now I'm sick. So I never really had that like on nervousness to release. That's actually one thing which I didn't have. Like people have that, like I know they do. And bro, I was in this group, right? Oh yeah, this is really important actually. I was in this group of 5 people, and I was like, let's release, let's go, let's release. And all of them, they were just too nervous. Honestly, I feel like they were too nervous to release. And it's so funny because that held me back. That frustrated the hell out of me because they all didn't want to release. And I was like, let's go, come on. And they were just like, nah, we got to do this, we got to do that. And I knew they were just like faffing about and because they weren't like ready basically. And like fair enough, like we weren't that good at music, but like do you know what I mean? I was always in denial to go. And it's funny because all 4 of them haven't released a thing since we left that group. And that was
Yeah.
like 2 years ago. So it's just like crazy. Nah, like a year ago, year and a half ago. But like that's what I'm saying. Like people have this yeah, the self-consciousness that they're not good enough and they don't want to release, and they just keep going and going. I think that's okay to a certain extent. I think after a year you might as well just start releasing, do you know what I mean, and start building a fan base. But I mean there's other ways where it's worked. There's other ways where people haven't released, like Huncho. I know him, he didn't like release for years, and then went, okay, now I'm good, now I'm gonna release, do you know what I mean? And then because it's your first song, you do get a lot of hype, and that could blow you up. Do you know what I mean? That level of hype can actually blow you up because you always get a load of hype on your first song, like no matter what. So like, it's a tough one, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I find it interesting how much like unreleased music people sit on, and obviously like it's good to an extent because you want to plan out and everything, but like if you're not releasing, it's not going to work. It's as simple as that. So like there's a lot of good songs out there, but they're not going to turn into hits. Like you need a certain proportion of luck to get your song to properly go. So if you're not releasing music, you're not rolling the dice. And then if you're just releasing one song and it's perfect, there's still a good chance nothing's gonna happen to it.
Bro, exactly. I was talking about this to someone else. I was like, you can spend all the money you want on like one song. You could put it on GRM, you could spend $1,000 on the budget, and it could just not blow up. But then the other song might. Do you know what I mean? It's same like TikTok and stuff. Like you know, you make all these trash TikToks, you make all these solid TikToks, and then one trash one could just pop. And like, and that's the thing as well. And you don't know what people like. Like different people love different songs. So that's apparently one of the biggest mistakes artists make is holding back on music. You should just release everything because someone's gonna like that song way more than that one, and it's obviously gonna help you more than it's not. And like releasing it, and yeah, like one song, like one song could change your perspective on an artist. Like Lil Durk, I didn't rate him for ages, and then I heard one verse, and I was like, wow, he's lit. And now I just think he's good. Do you know what I mean? And like Central C, for example, like I just love Central C right now. I don't know why. And like all his songs, like all his four main songs which he released since he changed his sound, I like the one which is least popular. I like Molly the most. Like I'm obsessed with that song. I listen to that song all the time. And I'm sitting there like, but that's his least, in terms of like stat, that's his least appreciated song. So I'm just sitting there like, that's what it is though. Like different people have different opinions. You should just get all your stuff out, like as much as you can. But it's a tough one as well because you don't want to get your subpar stuff out at the same time. You want to, but like someone else could think that subpar was good. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah. You mentioned TikTok there. Like, what's your opinion of that?
Oh my god, I have this huge love-hate relationship with TikTok, and I'm not gonna lie, it's more hate because I just go on it and I just see a stunning girl after a stunning girl, and then a stunning guy, no homo, and then like, do you know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, it's just kind of frustrating because it's like I will do the exact same TikTok that guy just did, and I will get 100 views, and he will get millions of views. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just sitting here like it's just like it's just they're promoting looks, not talent. Do you know what I mean? But don't get it twisted. There are loads of people with talent, and the content is way better than mine. But like, it does frustrate me a little bit because I know like half of them are just really good looking, and it's like, yeah, I'm not a 10 out of 10, so I'm just never gonna blow up like that. But obviously, you can blow up. Like obviously, there are obviously people who aren't attractive and do well. So like, I'm just a bit impatient with it because like I'd make a few TikToks and I'm just like, why haven't I gotten 10K views yet? Like, why haven't I? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've made 10 TikToks. Why haven't I got 10K views? Because then I just go on the page, million views, million views, million views. And I'm like, what are they doing different to me? And it's just like, it frustrates the hell out of me. It really, really does. And I put like effort into them. Do you know what I mean? Like, one I literally spent like hours and hours making this verse, where I did like a duet with like Token or something. And I'm telling you, that got the least views out of all of them. And I was just like, yo, like that's the one I really tried. And like I literally got the least views out of all my other ones. And I was just like, how does this work, bro? Like, how does this actually work? Like, it frustrates me, like it does. But I know it's so good for organic growth, so I need to crack it someday. But I just every few months, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna figure it out. And every few months, I just go back and I try it, and I just can't get anywhere. Like, oh, it's so annoying. I know I have to be consistent though, but it's just too frustrating for me. It just hurts
Yeah,
me.
I think
Hurts
it's
my head.
difficult because everyone sees the potential there. Like literally one 15-second video can change your life, like
Yeah,
musically.
yeah,
But you just need to find what works and you just need to
yeah,
be patient and consistent, and that's the only way like anyone's gonna do it.
yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, but it's definitely tough.
Man, so tough. And you're right. Like, you just need to be patient and consistent. But like, it drains the hell out of me. Like, it really does. Like putting up these videos and just not getting any views drains the hell out of me. Just because all what I hear is how bloody easy it is and how sick it is. Like for organic growth, and I just can't crack it. And it's like I know there's just one little thing I need to do to crack it, and I just can't get it. And I'm gonna go back eventually, like soon. I know I should be going back today. Do you know what I mean? Because I know how good it is. Bro, I was literally on Clubhouse the other day, and literally this huge marketing guy was like, "You should just focus on TikToks. Just make TikToks." And I was like, "Oh, like I know that's what I should be doing, but I just, oh, it's so draining for me." But yeah,
Yeah. what have you learned from being on the app? Like what does work and what doesn't work so far?
Okay, so obviously being stunning, but like nah, I think
Modest.
what it is I think what it is like obviously it's about watch time. You've told me that. And it's about like yeah, it's about you want to hook the person straight away. And I've noticed that a lot. Like they'll say something immediately which like makes you want to watch the rest of the video. And like um, and also it's a family app. It's more of a family app. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they love stuff where you got your family involved. That's something which they love. Like they love having your mom there, like doing something funny or like your brother, like taking the like annoying your brother or something like it's like a real family app. And it's like um yeah, people love like that's the thing. Like if I come on with like a proper rap about like girls and money and stuff and diamonds, like that's gonna get absolutely nothing. But if I rap about Boris and the lockdown or something, that's gonna get like loads of views. And I like to me, I hate the preachy stuff and I hate that stuff. But like you have to sometimes, you know what I mean? But like yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
So sort of going off that, like where do you see the future of music marketing and promoting yourself in general, like as far as you can see?
Where do I see as in like what's going to be the most prominent platform or like where do I see it for myself? What should I do? Or like
Just in general, like where should artists be spending their time trying to
okay,
gain fans and grow themselves?
yeah, that's good. Honestly, Instagram adverts, I think like if I could go back to the start, if I could go back to the very start, I'd invest a solid camera. I'm talking like like the best you could afford. Like literally, I'd spend a lot. Get the best camera you can, and then literally shoot little different creative videos of you rapping in a different setting with like good lighting and just make it look professional as hell. Every month, do one of those yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because like, let's think, if you buy a camera for a grand, 3 videos or 4 videos, and you know that's the same. So like, if you invest in that straight away, that's fine. And then yeah, and then every year record it properly, get the audio solid, and then like make a video yourself. It wouldn't be that difficult to just put the audio on top, and then boom, now you've like made that investment, and then every month set up an advert, like a targeted advert, and and then you sort it like so you make that initial investment for the video for the camera, and then boom, then you have a budget every month of a new, and then just do that because all these views on Spotify on YouTube, they just don't matter. Like the Instagram adverts will get you genuine people who are following you for you and they want to buy your stuff and they want to connect with you as an artist. Instagram where it's at. Honestly, Instagram is where it's at. I mean, TikTok is another one. You could do the same thing and put all those videos on TikTok, to be fair, and one of them might pop. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
What ads have you found that worked well? Like for someone just starting out, what should they know about ads?
Um, I think you should target your warm audiences more than you think. Warm audiences are just like people who already follow you and they're already interested and they know about you already. Because obviously, a cold audience, like people just getting shoved in the face of like, if you get just getting like an artist shoved in your face, you're just like, who's this guy? Move along. But like, yeah, and then also there are videos to watch on figuring out how to target your ads. Like, you want them as targeted as possible, which means you want them to go to the exact fan base who's going to listen to you. Someone who's into melodic, for me, fluid melodic trap, like melodic trap, pop, like pop rap, and then like males or females. Like it depends on you. But some different songs, basically. That's why I said it depends on the song. Like different songs are different, and then I usually just do my music videos. I'll just set a budget for my music video and then like set the ad because that's obviously the best thing you can like for an advert. And then and then you can go through and like see their interests and stuff. So like I'd pick like a D Block Europe fan or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it depends where you want to target them. At first, I was like, let me target America because my music's quite American sounding. But then I realized like I'm not going to America anytime soon. So like I need to get people in the UK because I want to like fill up shows and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you just gotta figure out what your audience is and what who, and you can see them all through like your Instagram insights and stuff like that, and that's how you can tell like where your fan base is and stuff. But
Yeah. So targeting ads to people who already engage with your Instagram to get them even more engaged. And then have you done any cold audience stuff or not so much?
Yeah, that's what I did like in the past. So I do like cold audience stuff, and you just get less. This is another thing as well. Like your Instagram advert, it gets like a rating. Your Facebook as well. Yeah, they get like a rating on Facebook. So if you're going to cold audiences, you're gonna get way less clicks, way less everything. But if you go onto your warm audiences, they're gonna get way more clicks and way more everything. And like that helps your rating. And there's like other reasons why that's really good, but I forget why right now. But like there's
Yeah,
reasons why it's good to get a good Instagram rating. Maybe they even like push it out to more people after that. I don't even know, but like I think your account gets more accountability and stuff like that. But yeah,
yeah, definitely. I mean, um, that's been half an hour, 40 minutes, bro. So
oh really? Man,
yeah,
flew
crazy.
by.
If you want to just plug all your socials, where can people find you, etc.
Yeah, 100%. Cheers, guys, for watching. Honestly, and big up to my boy LCG Productions. Honestly, the boy makes fire beats as well. I've got actually one of my songs on the EP is
I think you've cut out there.
oh, and my son is Jaad Claiborne,
You cut out
JADCLAYBURN.
there for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I say my Instagram?
Nah, just plug everything again.
Okay, I'll just play everything again. Wait, did you hear me talk about Futile?
No.
Really? No way. Okay, right. Okay, basically, I was saying that big up LCG Production. I've got my song coming out on the EP. Sorry, he's got a beat on the EP as well. With Brandon actually. But yeah, sorry, I said all that. That makes me feel like that's
Nah.
like fucking my brain a little bit. Anyway, okay. And then obviously Jaad_rapper for all socials, Instagram, and then Jaad Claiborne for Snapchat. JAADCLAYBURN. But yeah, thank you guys. No Shame coming out in literally 1 week. I'm so gassed. I hope you stay tuned.
Go pre-save.
Pre-save. Yeah, go pre-save that ASAP. But yeah, thank you so much, LCG, for having me on, man. That was
Okay,
a lot
cool.
of fun.